His preliminary record checks revealed that Hatch has the following criminal history. November 29, 2021, East Baton Rouge Parish, bringing legal contraband inside the penal institution. It to the G. Man, who you think it gonna be? And we back with another twist-turn story, ripped straight out the headlines with Boosie snitched on and full arrest record. Boosie spotted with gun on Instagram in San Diego neighborhood. San Diego KGTV recent federal court documents reveal that Louisiana rapper Booy Badass was seen on an Instagram live in a San Diego neighborhood with a firearm, which led to his arrest by ATF agents outside a courtroom last week. Torrance Ivy Hatch Jr., 40 years old, appeared in San Diego court on Wednesday, June 14th, to face Judge Devaney. He had pleaded not guilty to a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm. The gun charge was dropped by the state, and immediately after its dismissal, the Baton Rouge rapper was arrested by Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, agents outside the courtroom. The ATF filed a federal complaint with the United States District Court claiming that Hatch was carrying a Glock 19 pistol during a music video shoot with gang members on May 6, which was also broadcasted on Instagram Live. The probable cause statement, signed by ATP Special Agent Amanda Renteria, a U.S. magistrate judge, starts by saying, on or about May 6, 2023, within the Southern District of California, defendant Torrance Hatch, and knowing his status as a convicted felon, that is a person having been previously convicted of a crime punishable by imprisonment for a term exceeding 1 year, did knowingly possess a firearm that traveled in an affected interstate commerce. To wit, a Glock 19 pistol, serial number BXPZ813, loaded with a 10.9mm caliber rounds of ammunition in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 9-2. According to the federal complaint, an officer from the San Diego Police Department conducted an undercover investigation on Instagram and gathered evidence. During the investigation, the officer said they witnessed Hatch and a verified member of the neighborhood Crip gang, who goes by the username KP2 Market Maid, going live and filming a music video in the area between 49th Street and Guyman Street. Images in the court document show Hatch wearing red pants and a white shirt, having a black handgun tucked in the back waistband of his pants, and the complaint. Additional information is provided regarding Hatch's arrest while he was a passenger in a Mercedes SUV during a traffic stop on Market Street in the Troller's View. Federal agents have determined that the Glock 19, see the Hatch's pics on Instagram, is identical to the handgun that was discovered in the SUV by officers. According to the feds, the weapon was also seen in a video that Hatch was featured in, which was uploaded to YouTube shortly before Hatch was apprehended by the police. Hatch is currently being held in San Diego County Jail without bond and is scheduled to have a detention hearing Tuesday, June 20th. A preliminary hearing on Thursday, June 29th, and then the arraignment on July 11th. Read the probable cause statement in its entirety. The Instagram user's profile was tagged in the story of KP2. Market may utilize an Instagram handle of May. The officer recognizes the male as Little Boosie, or Booy Badass, later identified as Torrance Hatch. At the time of review, Mama He Alive 2.0 had a live story currently take place while the officers watched and recorded the live story. While watching the live story, the officer observed the 49th Street sign and the background to see figures haired and unknown male exclaim that they were live on the streets of San Diego. I was informed by SDPD officer that the area between 49th Street and Guyman Street in San Diego is associated with the neighborhood Crip criminal street gang. Following review of Instagram profiles, the SPD officer requested airborne law enforcement unit able to fly over the area of 4900 Guyman Street. Based upon the description provided by SDPD officer, officers in Able located Hatch in an area on 49th and Guyman Street. Able observed Hatch enter the rear passenger seat of a black Mercedes SUV bearing California license plate 8NGG925. At the same time, SDPD officers in full police uniform and driving marked police vehicles were conducted saturation patrols in the Colas View area of the city of San Diego. Shortly thereafter, SDPD officers observed the driver of a black Mercedes SUV bearing the license plate GG925, talking on the cell phone as he was driving southbound on Euclid Avenue towards Market Street. As SDP units were driving eastbound on 4700 Market Street, they observed the driver of the same Mercedes SUV failed to stop at a red stop signal while making westbound turn on a 4700 Market Street area. Surveillance revealed that the Mercedes did not stop anywhere from the time it departed 49th Street until stopped by PD. SDPD officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop on the black Mercedes SUV, but the vehicle failed to yield and continued westbound on Market Street. The vehicle continued to drive slowly westbound on Market Street for approximately 1 block before coming to a complete stop. Prior to the vehicle coming to a complete stop, SDPD officers observed the rear passenger occupants had moved side to side. I was informed by the SPD officers that in their experience, when individuals who continue to drive at a slow rate of speed while police are attempting to conduct a traffic stop may be attempting to conceal firearms or illegal contraband. After the Mercedes finally yielded and upon approaching a vehicle, the officers observed 3 males in the vehicle. There was a driver, 2 occupants in the rear seat. The rear passenger side occupant was identified as Hatch. Hatch identified the other occupant and the rear seat as his security. Based on the officer's observation, while attempting to pull over the Mercedes and for safety purposes, the officers asked the occupants if there were any weapons on their persons inside the vehicle. Hatch claimed that he did not have any weapons, but that his security guard did. When asked where his weapons were located, Hatch's security guard pointed down towards the right side of his body. Officers observed the security guard had a black satchel bag worn across his upper body. Officers removed the satchel, asked the security guard to step out of the vehicle, and then placed them in handcuffs. Officers then asked Hatch and the driver to step out of the vehicle and placed both Hatch and the driver in handcuffs. During a search of the black satchel worn by Hatch's security, officers located the following: a black and purple HS product model Hellcat 9mm caliber pistol bearing serial number BB329274 and a magazine containing several rounds of 9mm caliber ammunition inserted into the magazine well of the firearm. Officers found 1 additional round of 9mm caliber ammunition and a chamber of the firearm. During the search of the vehicle, officers located another loaded firearm, a black Glock Model 19 9mm serial number BXPZ813, and a magazine containing 9 rounds of a 9mm caliber ammunition inserted into the magazine of the firearm. Officers also found 1 additional round of 9mm caliber ammunition and a chamber of the firearm. The firearm was located on the rear passenger seat, where the security guard and Hatch were seated. When officers approached the stopped Mercedes, the firearm was in close proximity to all 3 individuals inside the vehicle. Furthermore, a Glock gun box was located on the rear floorboard of the rear driver's seat. Officers also located a suspected marijuana joint in the center console of the vehicle. Hatch and the security guard and driver were placed under arrest for multiple firearms violation during a search incident. On Hatch's person, officers located multiple stacks of cash in his left pants pocket, totaling approximately $16,854, and a cell phone in his right pants pocket. All 3 occupants of the Mercedes were transported to the SDPD headquarters for further processing and investigation. SPT officers heard Hatch tell his security, "You told me they were in the bag." That statement demonstrated Hatch's knowledge of the firearms in the Mercedes. Following the arrest of Hatch, I reviewed several videos posted on YouTube regarding Hatch on the date of his arrest, including a video on the channel Hood Zone Productions. The videos were filmed prior to Hatch's arrest by SDPD. The videos consisted of Hatch filming himself while smoking a suspected marijuana joint, as well as a video of Hatch with a firearm in his rear waistband. See figures 5 and 7. Hatch is seen filming himself and other unidentified individuals saying "neighborhood" repeatedly, making hand gestures toward the camera. Based upon my training experience, these hand gestures are gang signs associated with specific gangs. His preliminary record checks revealed that Hatch has the following criminal history: November 29, 2021, East Baton Rouge Parish, bringing legal contraband inside the penal institution. Like I said, prayer is up for Boosie. But I'm a little mystified why Boosie's security guard had 2 guns on him, and Boosie felt the need to bring a third. Boosie was fortunate enough to have a $240,000 bond, which would not have been afforded to a regular person, especially in a federal case. Initially, it was reported that Boosie could face up to 15 years in prison. But since I've had a couple run-ins myself, I know for a fact that Boosie's only going to face at maximum up to 7 years. 3 on the low end. Now, with Boosie being on house arrest until trial, the best thing he can do is abide by all the conditions that they gave him. That means staying off the internet and especially blocking DJ Vlad's number and not doing any other interviews. I don't even care if it's even at your house. But will he do it? I'll be following this case closely and report back to you. So thanks for watching. If you tuned in all the way to the end, that means you put some paint where it ain't. And for that, you should be thanked. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Boost me in that algorithm, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers doing it like me, but... I'm maxed out.